Happy New Year! What a way to start the year by going through the most hated players at every single Premier League team. Nice and positive to start 2023, am I right? Welcome back to another Floppylegss Football YouTube video. I appreciate you coming on through. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you drop a sub. And let me know in the comments down below who you hate at every single Premier League club. There's always one player that everyone just dislikes a little bit. The other day, I was, New Year's Eve actually, we're watching the Arsenal game. And the reason why I wanted to do this video is because I was mentioning a few players, I hate him, or I dislike them. Oh, this person, that person. And then my mate suddenly said, you hate everybody, man, you're such a hater. I was like, really? Everyone has some players that they hate. And I went for every single team. I was like, let's go for every single team. Let's name the ones that we hate. And I was like, I can't name everyone. But then I really thought about it, and I've got a whole goddamn list here. Yes, we're going to go through the players that I, Floppyleggs, hate the most. Let me know if you agree with any of these in the comments down below. And if you have anyone else that you just dislike. Did they dive in a game against you? Did they make you lose a bet? Huh? Or did they just score a beautiful goal and it just burns you to this day? Well, we're going to go through them right now. Starting off with the league leaders, Arsenal. We're going to go in league order. Arsenal, the player I hate the most at Arsenal is Thomas Partey. Do I need to explain anymore? I don't think I do. We're going to leave it right there. That's it. I'll be honest, Manchester City, I like most of their players. So this one was a tough one. But I racked my brain for somebody. Someone very, very, makes me grind my gears. And that name is İlkay Gündoğan. Do you know why, guys? Do you know why? İlkay Gündoğan, that one season, you know what season I'm talking about, just wouldn't stop scoring. Every game I was like, should I put a bet on? No, man, I'm going to put it on Foden. Or, oh, no, I'm going to put it on, that year it was Sterling, Sane. Oh, no, I'll put it on Aguero. All these other players, I was like, oh, I'll put it on that person. And Gündoğan, time and time again, just said, mate, you should have bet on me. I'm scoring time and time again. I lost out, and then when I did, was like, oh, Gündoğan, he's been scoring. Boom, 50p. I don't do that many big money bets, so it's not at the end of the world. 50p, and then boom, did nothing. So Gündoğan, you're dead to me, buddy. All right. For Newcastle, there isn't many people for me. I can't lie. Do you know I don't like Dan Burn? I just don't like Dan Burn. There's just something about him. He's a left back. He's like 6'7", and he used to play for Brighton. It's like you can't go much more wrong there. You can't go much more wrong. He's good. He's definitely like, that's why it's so annoying. Like, why are you good? You literally defy the laws of physics. You're not supposed to be good. You're 6'7" and a left back in the modern game. Like, you're not supposed to work. And now he's third in the league with Newcastle. You know, Dan Burn, I don't like you. I don't like you. You're probably a lovely guy. Let's just get it out here first of all. I'm basing this as the footballer. As a real person, they're probably lovely people. But on the pitch, they're a bitch. Next team, Manchester United. This one, I was like, is there anyone? And I was like, of course there is. Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is actually just one of the most annoying players to ever watch play. Yes, he can do a beautiful pass. Yes, he can do a beautiful goal. But he dives horrifically. And it's his face when he dives. He's like gristled. He gristles like, mate, you dived. You didn't get touched, Bruno Fernandes. I dislike you. And there's many other people that I know that dislike you as well. When it comes to football, guys, I'm not talking about the people. I'm talking about the players, all right? Let's just make that clear. I'm not a mad hater. You know, I'm not a troll. I'm just saying on the pitch, you get very annoying. That's just a fact. All right, next team. There isn't actually anyone I dislike from Spurs. I'll be honest, I went through the whole squad and I was like, I haven't got any vendetta against any of you. Yeah, Son scores a few goals against us all the time. Kane does as well, but I like them too. I like Son and Kane. I put my hands up. Shoot me. I like them. Okay? Okay? So I put down a name that I think most people will dislike. It's going to be Romero. And you know what? I probably should dislike Romero because that hair pull on Cucurella beginning of the season was actually so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. I probably didn't have much of an issue with it because it was Cucurella and I don't really care for Cucurella, but he yanked up his long-ass curly hair. Didn't even get carded, did he? Wasn't even a free kick. You know what? Bit of a dickhead, isn't he? Next team, Liverpool. Where do I even start? You know, there's a little one, two, there's so many names I could put here. There's one name, and it's a similar vein of form for the Fernandes one. Mohamed Salah. Now, look, great player. Best ever winger of all time in the Premier League? Probably not. Yeah, I can get it in the back of the net, but probably not. And he dives like a whore. I swear to God, Mohamed Salah, there was one compilation video that I saw on Twitter. There was like 3 against Palace that he's done. Look, I'm a Palace fan. I watch Palace games, so these things happen in my games that I'm seeing week in, week out. I'm telling you, this guy is a schmuck. When it comes to diving, it's horrific. Fulham, Ream, straight in there, Ream. Do you know why? One, the other day, Boxing Day, scores an absolute bullet into our top corner. Probably never done anything like that in his life. Also, had a bet on him as well to get a yellow card. I had Mitchell and Ream to get yellow carded. I would have won £50 from like 50p. And he didn't get carded. So you go on my book of players I hate. Ream. Bet responsibly, guys. 18+. Brighton. Now, obviously, Palace fan. Brighton. the club is my answer. But there's one player in particular, and it actually is Lewis Dunk. It is Lewis Dunk. There's just an infuriation that he provides my inner core. You know? Do you know what I'm talking about? If you're a real football fan, you've definitely got somebody that just makes you burn inside. And it's Lewis Dunk for me. Brentford. Look, I don't hate this person, but I've got to put you on it out of principle. Ivan Toney. Mate, you have broken the law, the Premier League law. The FA rules, okay? And for that reason, you've got to go on my naughty list. And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to play anymore, for a while. At least you should be suspended. Factually, you've done 260 cases of breaching their rules. I'm sorry, you've got to go on the list. Brentford, other than that, I had no other players, so I had to go for Toney. All right, next team. Chelsea. Chelsea haven't got that many, I haven't got that many that I hate. I got people that I love. I love Loftus-Cheek. I love Conor Gallagher. Both went on loan to us, obviously. But I do dislike Christian Pulisic, just because that American person in the video said that, Christian Pulisic, he's like the LeBron James of football. It's not even your fault, mate. It's not even your fault. It's not even your fault. That's the only reason I dislike you as a player. It's because somehow people believe that you are on that caliber. It's just disrespectful to the game of football that we know and love. Next one is a new one for me. Aston Villa is a new one. It's Emi Martinez. Look, fantastic goalkeeper in the World Cup primarily. I think he's a little bit overrated. He's not been that great this year in the league. He's made a few mistakes. He's not making the best saves, but he's still spoken about in this caliber. And then the World Cup comes. Here's a worldy tournament. Not going to put that like that. That save at the last minute against France was unreal, and it won them the World Cup, quite frankly. But it was that celebration afterwards. It's like you're just being a little bit of a dickhead. Like, why are you doing that? Why are you cupping? He let his intrusive thoughts just get the better of him. Like, what made him think, I'm going to put that there, that's going to be funny? You're a bit weird. And then the Mbappe thing, you know what, that's just a bit of trolling. But still, you're on the list, Emi Martinez. Next team's Palace, really easy. Got none that I hate. There's some people in our fan base that would probably say someone like Luka Milivojevic or something, but that's no hatred. He just always comes on and gets a yellow card, and he makes a bad challenge. It's like, come on, mate. You're the club captain. Stop it, please. Leicester. Didn't really have one for Leicester. I know a lot of people would say Vardy. But I kind of like his shithousery. Even though he scored against us and he did an eagle to the Homesdale end. Just flagging his arms. I respect it. Fair enough, you scored a goal, you're just a shithouser. And he does it to everybody. So it's like, he's not just being mean to one of us, he's being mean to us all. He's not a bully. The person I'm going to put is, I don't know how to say his name properly. Feis. He gave Liverpool the easiest win of their lives. They would have dropped even more points. It would have been a spectacular weekend. And he just scored the weirdest own goals you've ever seen in your life. So you're on my naughty list. All right, on to Leeds. This is an ex-Palace loanee, Patrick Bamford. I genuinely dislike this guy. He came to Palace on loan. He was from Middlesbrough. He had a great year in Middlesbrough, I believe, in the Championship. Came to the Palace team. He was dreadful. And then he blamed us for it, I believe. In my recollection, he blamed us for why he was bad. You're a dickhead. And then he started being good, and everyone saying he's so good. He's like, he's not good. There was one time where it was after the Palace loan, he went on loan to Norwich, and he came up against us, punched and scored 1-0. It was a relegation scrap, and it was a 6-pointer basically. Punch and 1-0 up, last few minutes or whatever. Bamford has a clean chance, skies it or puts it wide. I can't remember. Whole stadium, whole Palace fans jeering and cheering. We were loving it. Because it was Patrick Bamford who messed up. Trying to say that we were the reason you were rubbish. You were Patrick Bamford. Nottingham Forest, I'm going to go for Wayne Hennessy. He provided so many jarring... How many free kicks and bangers were scored against us because Wayne Hennessy's position or something like that? I did like him. He was he's got a good kick on him. But you know what? Since having Vicente Guaita, having that solidity at the back, having a keeper that makes really good saves, I realised that Hennessy didn't like you, mate. All right, Hennessy, you're on the list. All right, we're into the final few ones. Now we're going to Bournemouth. Bournemouth for me, Kiefer Moore. For one reason and one reason only. He's more English than he is Welsh, but he plays for Wales. And then when we were about to play Wales in the World Cup, he was like, we're going to destroy them. I can't wait to take down England. It's just come on, mate. To be fair, this one was a bit of a stretch. I don't really hate anyone at Bournemouth. If anything, they're quite irrelevant to me. But, big up Bournemouth. No disrespect, but Kiefer Moore, you spoke all the big one and then did nothing against England in the World Cup. So there you go. West Ham, pretty easy this one. Kurt Zouma kicks cats. Let's move on. Everton, this one's easy. All right, Neil Maupay. If he was still at Brighton, I would have said him. If he was at any other team, I would have said him. If he was the last player on earth, I would be the only hater for him. I swear to God, this guy is just... Actually, to be fair, I'm not even going to be the only hater for him. So many clubs hate him, primarily Arsenal, but he's just a rat. He's just a rat. Man said he shushed our family stand. You know what he did afterwards as well for Brighton when they scored against Southampton in the last minute? I think they either drew or won. The Brighton fans are going mental this side of the goal. and the Southampton fans are here, like, being annoyed in the 90th minute, he could go this way, celebrate with his fans, or go this way and shithouse these fans. He goes to the Southampton fans. He goes this to the kids. Like, it's like, what are you doing? And I know I said Vardy, he shithouses everyone. Like, fair enough. But Maupay, he's just got something about it. So, like, dickheady. He's just a dickhead as a player. All right. I just want to preface once again, Floppyleggs, this is not a message about the actual people. They're probably lovely people, but you know, this is just about them as footballers. You know, kicking the ball on the pitch, that 90 minutes a week. That's when I dislike them. Okay. Thank you. Last two teams, Ait Nouri at Wolves. Dived against Palace. Is pretty simple. There was one game where he was calling everything for the ref. He did this to the. You know, one thing that annoys me when players do this, and they know they've just dived. They've just dived and they're calling for VAR. Like, you're going to get found out, you absolute dickhead. And the final team, Southampton, bottom of the table right now, and good riddance to James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse. Speaking of rats, the only reason I dislike this guy is because of one fateful night in like 2019 or 18. It was Palace at St Mary's. Ward-Prowse riled up Wilf to a mad degree, even though he was fouling him, and then Wilf ended up clapping the referee, and the referee gave him a second yellow rather than giving Ward-Prowse a yellow for the bad foul. And then Ward-Prowse became like this mad, you know, Ward-Prowse. I'm so like, people are saying he should have been in the World Cup squad. I think he's very overrated as well. Minus his free kicks, and set dead ball capabilities. Is he really that good? Anyway, that's my most hated players of every single Premier League team. Let me know what you think in the comments down below if you agree with any of those. If there's anybody I missed out that you personally dislike because maybe a specific moment happened against one of your teams. But yeah, thanks for coming on through the first video of 2023. I'm going to try to keep us consistent on all the channels as possible. If you don't know, I have many other YouTube channels in the link in the bio. Check them all out. I'd really appreciate it, as well as Twitch, Instagram, etc. All the social medias that you can bloody think of. This is a little fun video that I want to do some of these in the future. My most hated players, my most liked players, the best players, the worst signings. Alright, thanks for coming on through. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see ya when I see ya.